Hello, this is Ashee from Crafting with Ashee and welcome to this video. This is the card I have to share with you today. Isn't it bright and lovely? So let me show you what I did. So the stamps that I'm going to be using is this one called Biggest Wish, and it's a great set to have in your stash. Lovely big bold sentiments to make easy cards. And I'm going to stamp again in Misty Moonlight. And let's just ink everything up. I have it set up here in my stamp apparatus, and I'm just going to try and ink up as best as I can, and then press down. The good thing about the stamp apparatus is if I make a mess like that, I can just re-stamp in the same position. Obviously I didn't press down properly, so let's just give it a press. There we go, lovely. Hello friend. So we're going to set that aside to dry. Put the stamp apparatus out the way. First I'm going to clean my stamp, because I'm a great believer in cleaning up as you go along, and then you're not going to get any transfer of ink in any funny ways. So take those out. If I don't, they'll stay in the stamp apparatus till I use it next time, which is not a good thing. Okay, and close up our ink pad before I put something in it. Okay, so now I've got a piece here of basic white that measures 14.35 centimeters by 10 centimeters, and then I cut two pieces of designer series paper in Misty Moonlight and in polished ink, and then I cut them and to make cut like this and then like this, so from point to point and from point to point. And so I had to make one card, and then of course got the leftovers to make my second card. So I actually labelled them so I know which way they go. And one thing I should tell you, when I cut these pieces of designer series paper, the Misty Moonlight and the polished pink, excuse me, I cut them together. So I laid one piece on top of the other and cut them at the same time, so the cuts would be in exactly the same position and I wouldn't need to worry. So let's see, we've got number 2 here. It's going to go like that. And then number 3, it's just like fitting a jigsaw puzzle together. It's going to go like that. And then the 4th piece is going to go in just like that. Okay, so that's what we have for the card. So I'm just going to get my silicone mat out to help me. Sorry, I'm just going to do that. And now I'm just going to stick everything together using my Tombow. I just want to make sure I get some glue into the points. And then I'm just going to... The great thing about the Tombow is it gives you a little bit of wriggle room to get things lined up. Like that. Okay, and then we're going to take our next piece, and I've already got Tombow on me, which is marvellous, which is here, our next piece, and eek. I'm just building up the jigsaw, slotting each piece so it's flush with the piece next door to it. Just like that. Okay, and then I've done this kind of card before, and I really like the way it turns out. It's also a great way to, you know, make your cardstock, your designer series paper go a bit further, but you can use more than one colour. And I like using lots of colour on my projects. I like bold and bright and beautiful. Okay, so we're going to stick this last piece in, just like that. Now you could do this straight onto the base, but I feel it's much easier doing it onto another piece of cardstock, because then you can make sure you get all your measurements totally correct. So that's what we have, so set that aside, that can dry. Bring back our sentiment, and we're going to do some cutting now. And we're going to use these. So these are the rectangle stitch dies. We're going to use this one here to cut out a hello friend. So I'm going to put that through the die cutting machine, and I'll be back. Okay, so our piece is cut out. So now I'm going to mat it on a piece of Just Jade cardstock. So let's do that. And I'm just going to be a rebel and cut this out freehand. You can use your trimmer obviously to do this as well, not a problem, but it should be fine freehand. Nice long pair of scissors I find makes the whole process much easier. Yeah, that'll do. That's fine with me. Put those aside. So we'll start ready to assemble. So our card base is thick basic white. That's an A4 sheet cut in half and then folded in half. And then we're going to put a panel down on top of it. Just like that. Okay, and then our hello friend, oopsie daisy, I'm going to use some dimensionals. So I'm going to use my edges because I find them so useful for things like this. Just much easier than taking off all the backings. So now I've used up all my edges, so I don't have a choice. And as you know, I'm always quite generous with my adhesive, especially my dimensionals. I don't want things to pop back up. So just get all these pesky backings off. There we go. So I'll bring this back, and it's just going to cover the seam in the centre perfectly. Something like that. Okay, so let's get rid of these. Bye-bye. So that's what we've got so far. Now I'm going to use these. These are the In Colour Jewels. And we're going to use these. I thought these looked a little bit like rivets, so I like them. I'm going to use, and I quite like my industrial steampunk at times, so all this is quite fun. Pink rivets. So there you go. 2 cards to send to 2 special friends, all done. So I hope you enjoyed the project. If you did, I'd be grateful if you could give it a thumbs up so YouTube know, and please consider subscribing to my videos if you haven't already. If you want any more information about this project, supply list, measurements, all that good stuff, it'll be on the blog post on my website, and the links to that and all my social media links are in the description box below. So thank you again, and until next time, enjoy being creative. Bye.